Sheldon here with VSL, and today we're going to look at troubleshooting a computer that won't stay on. We had a customer call and tell us after about 3 or 4 minutes the computer would shut off. They would turn it back on, get back to work, and again after about 3 or 4 minutes it would shut off. One of the first things I want to say about this is don't think that you need to throw away the computer. The computer is made up of various components. Many of them are cheap and easy to fix. So the first thought should not be, I need to throw away the computer, just like you wouldn't walk away from a car that won't start. And 9 times out of 10, we can grab the data off the computer. So the customer's computer keeps shutting down, and when they turn it back on, it shuts down again. The first thought that came to our mind was that it's overheating. So we picked it up late in the day, let it sit overnight, and tried it in the morning, thinking that the components had cooled, and if it was indeed a heating problem, that the computer would stay on longer. Well, this did not fix it. As soon as we turned it on, again, it did take 3 or 4 minutes and it shut off. So let's look under the hood. When we opened up the computer, we could see that this particular model has 2 fans. One is inside the power supply up here at the top, and then one is for the CPU, or the lower portion of the picture. Here's a picture of the fan inside the power supply, a close-up view. And the way we tested that was we plugged it in and just stuck our hand back there to see if we could feel the air blowing, and we could. So we knew that wasn't the problem. And then for the CPU fan, we took off the shield and just looked to see if the fan was spinning, which it was. The next thing we tried was MSCONFIG, a little utility that allows you to put the computer in diagnostic mode. So we selected the diagnostic startup, hit OK, rebooted the computer, but again, after about 3 or 4 minutes, the computer was shut off. The next thing we wanted to do was test the memory. This computer had 4 sticks. Here's one, another one, here, one right here. So we pulled out 2 sticks, turned on the computer, but again, after 3 or 4 minutes, it failed. So we swapped out with the other 2 sticks, and once again, after about 3 or 4 minutes, it failed. So another thing we did is we booted the computer into the BIOS. We let it sit. Again, after 3 or 4 minutes, it just shut off. Not really sure what that would have told me if it had kept running under the BIOS. But the last thing that we tried that actually worked was another power supply. We had another computer very similar to this one, took out the power supply, put it inside, and it worked. The computer quit shutting down. So although the fan was running on the existing power supply, there was some short, maybe dust buildup or whatever, that was causing it to probably overheat and then shut down. So there you have it. Of course, it was the last thing we checked, but if it had not been the power supply, then it would have been either the processor or the motherboard, and at least at VSL, we don't have the means to test that. And we could have ordered another processor, swapped it out, see if it would work, but that's too expensive for this computer. So I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching.